So we'll answer any questions right now. So Carl wants to know about adult domains on Flippa. Can you flip adult? Well, I don't flip domains. I flip websites. So I'm not really. You probably can flip them. I don't know. So I'll just answer that. This is not a domain flipping thing. It's a website.
I vaguely remember seeing an adult category. I think you have to list them as private listings, which means that people have to be approved to see them and that sort of thing. But you would check with Flippa's terms and conditions on that, because I haven't done adult stuff either.
James wants to know about .co domains. Yeah, you can flip .co. Any of the domains that are off the norm, meaning the .net, .com, .biz, .org, stuff like that. Yeah, you can flip them.
I flipped .co with no problem. They seem to go quite well, actually.
Yeah. Phil is saying, yeah, it's GoToWebinar is holding it up because he went straight to both of those, yeah.
What does rejected mean in the Flippa listings?
Rejected.
Where did you see that, Ken?
Yeah, I don't know about rejected.
There's a rejected bid. It's possible to not accept someone's bid, for example, when you reject a bid. Maybe that's what you mean. When people bid on your listings, there's a couple of things you can do. One, you can tick a box that says accept most bids, and the other one is that you can do a thing where you have to approve everybody, which is what we normally do. Well, actually, to tell the truth, what we normally do is set it to accept most bids for just when we start it at $1 with no reserve. Let the first few things come in and then we change it. So we only accept bids after that from people that have got a rating and a reputation. So that way we get to capitalize on all the people with no reputation to get through the whole, $1 to $20 mark before we get into the serious bidders come along. So we get to use those people, and then we get to pick and choose who we actually accept bids from. Good question, Roger. I saw that one too on one of your screen shares. Must have been when we were in Flippa earlier.
Well, on the rejected thing, here's just another take that I can get another perspective. I basically, I've ticked some people off that I accept their bids early on, and then when they get up to like $50 to $100, I reject their bid, and then they send me a nasty gram and go, how come you rejected my bid, and you basically let me bid on up to, well, you're good up to like $100, but if you just joined in the last little bit, like Flippa, which is free to join, by the way, and you have no traction, you never bid on any sites, you don't have any feedback, well, guess what? I'm not going to accept your bid. Well, yeah, I accepted your bid to get to the most active, and I don't tell them that. I just say, well, I inadvertently accepted your bid, or, I play stupid, basically. I accepted your bid, and now I'm sorry, but I can't accept your bid. And I hope that you make some sales and get some feedback, because I'd love for you to bid on my auctions in the future. Of course, they flip you off, and you never hear from them again, but that's okay. All right, what else are we talking about here?
What can we do to get around not having any seller feedback to begin with?
Well, you didn't have very much feedback. You're a superstar.
Well, when I started.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when you start, you'll have no feedback whatsoever. What I would say to you is that your first flips, you are probably going to, you don't go out expecting to get $500, $1,000 on your first flips when you've got no reputation, because people might be a little bit cagey. But most people aren't going to be bothered about spending 97 or 197. So build out some simple little sites, flip a few of them. As soon as you've flipped one and got positive feedback, it will show you have got 100% feedback. So, not really and then to say over how many transactions, but it still shows positive. What is a good price for an Amazon affiliate site with several premium plugins, 3 or 4 stock images, and a great domain name? Well, Guy, I think if I throw this one at Guy, he'll tell you it's a buyer's market.
Buyer's market. So that means it's going to sell from probably $50 up to $197. It doesn't matter what You can add in a whole bunch of premium plugins or, great design. If it has no sales, no members, you're just not going to get a whole lot of traction off of it. That's basically the bottom line.
if it's really that good a domain name and whatever, then you may well be better in that case putting it out there, getting it some traction, driving some traffic to it, proving it can make sales, and then flipping it. It just depends what you want to do. If you want to do a quick flip, you've got to accept, hasn't got any sales, hasn't got that, so therefore you're going to get a lower price on it.
Here's the thing, guys. We alluded to this earlier. I'm just going to come out and say it. You want to get some traction right out of the gate, start making money on flips, get your sites earning, get members, and now even though you're new, you don't have any feedback, you're going to get sales. That's just the way it is. That's just how it works. So you'll get traction, you'll get sales, you'll flip these sites, but they got to have revenue. They have to have members. Now, how do you do that? We're going to show you that coming up in the second session, which is...
John says, question for Andy, I'm from the UK, do I need to register for VAT, which is basically English sales tax, when flipping sites? No, in short, without getting into the whole thing, VATMOS regulations don't apply because when you flip a site, there is a manual process of transferring and everything involved, so therefore it doesn't come under selling digital goods, and under current law, until you reach the VAT threshold, it's like selling any other product or service. So if you're not selling more than whatever it is at the moment, it's £80,000, I believe, a year. If you're not turning over that on these things, on sales within the UK, you don't have to register with that.
Okay, guys.
I'm not an accountant. I'm not an accountant. Please check with your accountant.
Yes, check with your accountant. That's a disclaimer. Okay, we reached the halfway point, guys. We're going to pause for 3 minutes and come back at 10:05 my time. That'll be 5 minutes after the hour for you, wherever you are in the world.